The next case is Dexter Austin Apartments
So what that means that
is versus Bithia
You
Nara
got
Velasquez
$10,000,
and
bitch.
Arturo Rodriguez. Who's here on behalf of Dexter?
I'm here, Your Honor. Yasmin, the Dexter.
Yasmin, okay. And is Bithia Velasquez or Arturo Rodriguez here?
They did not check in during check-in time, but Ms. Velasquez did say that they were planning on being here.
Well,
Or they're trying to log on.
they're trying to log on?
Yes, but that was almost an hour ago. If Ms.
Okay.
Rodriguez, so if that's you on the phone, you'll push *6.
Buckle up, guys. Today, we are going to dive into a courtroom double feature that starts with a meltdown in Texas and ends with a defendant in Michigan, who practically dares the judge to throw the book at him. But first, this setup teases just how off the rails things are about to get. From chaos in eviction court to disturbing threats of mass violence, the tone is set. This isn't your average day in court, and it only gets more intense from here.
We've got Dexter Austin versus John Adame and Melissa Baker. Is that you, Miss Yasmin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you were previously sworn. The rent is $10.13, is that right?
Correct.
And you just want July prorated at $9.80, is that correct?
Yes and no. Their lease contract expired on the 24th of this month of July.
Okay.
They're still current. Hold on. I'm sorry, somebody's here screaming. Oh, I think Bithia's here. Hold on. She's Bithia. Oh, no. We're not doing that. We're on court right now. Give me 1 second.
No, you are she already dismissed my case.
She did not dismiss your case. The reason.
Okay, sí, que yo estuve esperando una pinche hora.
Okay.
Una pinche hora.
Give me a second.
Don't be fucking like that.
I was not. You were not on the phone.
I was on the fucking phone. Do you need fucking?
Okay. You have to give.
Aquí.
Okay. Do you want to go and log in? Because you're literally on live.
I couldn't fucking log in.
Okay.
I couldn't log in.
Bithia, you have to call. You have
Yo
to.
llamé a una mira, aquí te voy a enseñar las llamadas.
Tell her to go try the phone number again, Miss.
Una pinche hora.
Do you hear the judge? Bithia, do you hear the judge? She's telling you to log in.
Velasquez.
I can't.
Miss Velasquez.
All right, guys, our first case kicks off with pure confusion. The defendant's nowhere to be found. The judge is trying to remain composed, and the plaintiff is left scrambling to keep the case moving. What seems like a typical court hiccup quickly unravels into something far more unpredictable. It's the awkward silence before the explosion, and you can just feel the tension simmering as the courtroom braces itself for what's coming.
Phone number again.
Mira, una pinche hora. Wait, mira.
Look, listen.
Mira, 54 minutes. Right here.
Miss Velasquez.
54 minutes. I was waiting.
I understand. We tried to message you.
I can't log in. They didn't give me the passcode. They gave me the fucking.
There's no passcode. You just need the. Can you try again, and we'll let you in right away.
Don't dismiss.
The what?
Que no.
You're on live, by the way.
No, I'm not lying.
Miss
And I've
Velasquez.
been 54 minutes.
She
On this
told.
fucking case. 54 minutes.
I
Almost
know.
an hour.
Can you
Really?
try? Can you call again, and we'll let you right in? Okay.
They didn't give me the password. They gave me the passcode.
There's no
They
password.
didn't know.
Look.
Vergas. ¿Cómo que no?
Look, just dial right here. Look, dial this number.
Tell her to dial the number, and we'll let her in.
There's no reason.
there's no
Mamacita, mira, mi amor.
I
Mira,
understand.
55 minutes. I was
That's how
55 minutes. Like, really, look. For real. Que no me encabrone. Que no me encabrone. Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yo me calmé. Yo me calmé.
Hold on,
We have three more cases, right, Miss Yasmin?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Your Honor. It's just that I have her in the office and I cannot hear you. I'm sorry. We were
Okay.
going based on John Adame's case,
No,
and
go back
then
to Velázquez.
hold
Right.
on. John Adame, actually, their lease contract expired on the 24th of this month.
So
They
that
have not,
would be $784?
correct,
Okay.
which is their prorated amount plus this amount for the remaining of the month. They have not yet also paid the rents previous. Sorry, Your Honor. They have not paid a little bit of their June rent as well, so I'm trying to grant possession of
No.
it.
Go back to my case, ¿no? To the judge. Porque a mí ni siquiera me dieron el pinche paso.
Yes, I want to get possession of this unit of John Adame and
Mira,
Melissa.
Marisa, mira.
Okay, is there any left owing in June?
For the month of June, it's $213, Your Honor.
Okay. So it's 997 is what,
Correct.
okay.
Yes,
And the appeal bond is 2026.
correct.
Okay. So we've got Dexter versus Jonathan Rodriguez.
Yes, for Jonathan Rodriguez, he has not paid for the month of July, which is this month.
Right.
Lease
I just heard her and her.
lease contract expired July the 3rd of this month of this year.
Okay.
Their rent is $1,335, so I'm asking for $1,335 along with late fees and judge
I can just give you the background.
correct. Yes. Okay, so I need you to just have a seat and we're gonna go ahead and call
Okay,
it.
well, cuando yo estaba hablando, when I was talking, I was like, hello,
Lydia.
can you hear me? I was almost an hour. Aquí está, in the record. Almost an hour.
Yeah, you want to take a seat?
You want to have a seat and then she can go ahead and give you a call. You can go ahead and.
No.
And Jen, I think
You're
she was the phone number, and I called out to push *6 to unmute.
Did you hear she said- I'm sorry, say that again?
If you're calling in through the phone number, you push *6 to unmute, and I repeated that a few times before we started the case.
You heard that, Vidya?
I
She
heard
wouldn't
that.
unmute.
I didn't hear that before. My fault.
Mhm.
Just when you think it's calming down, boom, this clip erupts. The defendant barges in mid-hearing, yelling, cursing, and losing control. You've seen outbursts before, but not like this. It's raw, unfiltered, and unhinged. Court staff try to guide her, but every sentence escalates. The madness. The judge tries to stay professional, but even she can't mask the disbelief. This is courtroom drama in its most chaotic form.
All right, this is the People versus Christopher Moore. I have misdemeanor files 241722, 241589, 241136, and then we have a felony file. This is 241796 FY appearances.
Morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Santo on behalf of Mr. Moore. As to the state cases, we've waived formal reading, asked for warrants to be recalled. As to the city case, that's set for pre-trial on the 5th, and request would waive formal reading and stand mute.
Okay, so as to 241796 FY, the felony case, this is a charge of home invasion, third, and domestic violence. Mr. Moore, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and you have a right to have that attorney present during any future questioning and any future court hearings. In the event you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. You have 2 court dates within the next 21 days. Your first court date is your probable cause conference, which you can appear at via Zoom, and that is set for August 26th of 2024. Following that, on September 9th of 2024, you will have your preliminary examination. At that examination, the prosecutor will have to show that a crime was committed and probable cause exists to charge you with that crime. With respect to the remaining 3 cases, we have a State of Michigan versus Christopher Moore on 1136. State of Michigan versus Christopher Moore on 241589, and then we have a City of Taylor case 241722, and that's the B&E. As to all of those, the warrants have been set aside. They'll be set for pre-trials.
Judge, I would note that Moynihan is on. I would just ask that the 2 misdemeanor state cases be set for the 26th as well.
The misdemeanor state case be set for is the 26th, so that's a Monday?
That's the same day you set for the PCC.
Oh, okay, so we'll just have them all?
Same parties.
All right.
Then the state, or the city case, I think is September 5th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a date of September 5th on that one. And then Ms. Moynihan, all 3 of the felony matters, then when we come in for the arraignment, or I'm sorry, the probable cause conference on August 26th, we'll just have those 2 misdemeanor files follow the felony. Now, as to bond. Ms. Moynihan, is there anything you have to say as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Tina Moynihan on behalf of the people, P84-692. Judge, we were in court on Monday. I was there as the prosecutor covering the docket for Ms. Sobe and Ms. Davidova. And Mr. Moore was supposed to appear for an arraignment. He did appear by Zoom momentarily and then disappeared. He would not speak with Mr. Gizicki. With my understanding, Mr. Gizicki attempted to have conversations to proceed with the arraignment. And then Mr. Moore decided to log off before the case was ever called. My understanding, he then contacted the courthouse and spoke to a clerk downstairs and made threats to the court that if he came up to the courthouse that something was going to happen to people in the courthouse.
After the storm, the legal battle resumes. Now, it's all business. The plaintiff breaks down missed rent payments and asks the court for full possession of the unit. The judge carefully questions each amount, month by month, as the facts of the eviction lock into place. It's a necessary breather, but the stakes are real. Behind every number is a family, a roof, and rising tensions about to snap again.
And then it was also my understanding of speaking with the complainant who appeared by Zoom that there was an incident in the night prior, which would have been Sunday night. In that incident, Judge, there has been a warrant requested. I am in the process of reviewing that this morning. The allegations there are that the defendant broke into the complainant's home again overnight, forced his way into the home. He then adjusted cameras throughout the home that the complainant had so that he could not be observed. He's seen wearing all black, a hoodie, as well as a mask covering a portion of his face. He then enters the complainant's bedroom. He pulls a gun from his pocket and then shows that to the complainant, claiming that her fingerprints were on that gun and putting her in fear of an altercation ensuing. Further from that, he's then seen leaving the location by the complainant and heading out in an unknown direction. My understanding is that he's been staying across the street at the home across the street from her residence, and I believe that that is also going to be considered a violation of his bond that's been issued, that he's had no contact with the complainant, that he's not to return to that residence, and then there's allegations of new criminal activity. In addition, Judge, to his failure to stay in court until the case was called on Monday, I do believe that Mr. Moore is a danger to the complainant as well as to the public as a whole. He shows a wholesome inability to comply with the court's orders. I would be asking for a $250,000 cash surety bond, no 10%, with a GPS tether and house arrest if he were to be released. And I would ask that there be a 2-mile radius from the complainant's residence so that he's not to return to that area.
The hearing's winding down, but not without one final twist. The defendant, still agitated, insists. She was trying to log in for almost an hour. Her words are slurred, her patience gone, and her story inconsistent. The judge is done. The court moves on. And just like that, the eviction becomes final. It's a cold, procedural, close to an emotional outburst, but the story's only halfway done. Now, things get dangerous.
Anything, Mr. Fanto?
Well, I guess we have allegations that I don't know that the court should take into consideration relative bond as these cases stand. However, I would note that Mr. Moore does have some serious medical issues. At least if we could mark the files on medical so that Wayne County knows. He is on SSI.
Okay. I don't think there's, the things I'm to take into consideration is whether or not he's a danger to the community. He's a lengthy criminal history. His behavior in this court has been absolutely egregious. Since these cases have started, he has assaultive criminal convictions. He clearly does not have any issue ignoring court orders. He is certainly a danger to Miss Butcher as well as the community at large. He's certainly a flight risk. He was already in immediate warrant status on one of the domestic violence charges on August 5th when he failed to appear for court. We've had a separate case where he had an immediate bench warrant on two different dates, both June 13 and August 5th, for failing to appear at court. He's now got pending against one complaining witness, 2 domestic violence cases, 3 domestic violence cases, a B&E and a home invasion. There's an allegation that a firearm was used in one of those instances. There was a police report filed. Detectives had to come over to the court Monday after there were allegations that Mr. Moore called the court, was extremely volatile with court staff. And Ms. Moynihan, the language was that he was going to come up to the court and commit a massacre. That's the allegation of what he was screaming at.
Now we switch states and intensity levels. This isn't an eviction, it's a felony arraignment. The judge methodically reads off Moore's growing list of charges: home invasion, domestic violence, multiple misdemeanors. You can hear the weight in every word. The court outlines his rights, but this isn't about sympathy. It's about how someone gets here in the sheer legal firestorm he's walked into.
I have to agree with you entirely. Mr. Moore is a danger to the community. Mr. Moore is a flight risk. Mr. Moore has shown absolutely zero respect for the criminal justice system, the legal system, or the safety of his own child that resides with Ms. Butcher. He will have a $250,000 cash or surety bond with a GPS tether with a 2-mile radius of complaining witness's home. The file will be marked medical. Mr. Moore, you're to appear in court as directed. You're not to leave the state without permission of the court. You're not to commit any new crimes while released. You're to immediately notify the court of change of address or phone number. You're to have no contact with Miss Butcher. And a matter of fact, you can't not only go to her home, you can't go on her street. These are on the felony case. These are the bond conditions set for 1796 FY. You are not to possess or have access to firearms. You cannot purchase or access or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. On misdemeanor, I've also signed the request for a court-appointed attorney to ensure that Mr. Moore has counsel at all future proceedings, and that's in the file. As to the 3 misdemeanor files, each of these files will have a $10,000 cash surety bond with a GPS.
Top of 250,000.
No, that's plus, so it's 280,000 altogether.
Hey, ma'am. If I can say something when you are done, please just let me know.
Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore, you have a-
Prefer you not.
Yeah, Mr. Moore, you have a constitutional right to remain silent. Given the amount of hot water you're in right now, I would strongly encourage you to follow the advice of your counsel.
We've got pretrial services relative to the felony.
I will request a DSU report at counsel's request on the felony. Is there anything else?
Yes, can I say one thing, please?
Mr. Moore, your attorney is advising you not to say a thing.
I understand that. I'm asking, please. Would that be okay?
I would prefer you not, Mr. Moore.
I understand that, I respect that, but this is my life in the balance and me ever seeing my kid. So I would like to say.
Here's where things take a disturbing turn. Prosecutors reveal that Moore not only ghosted court, but then called in threatening mass violence. And if that's not enough, he allegedly broke into a home, covered cameras, flashed a gun, and tried to intimidate the victim. This isn't just reckless, it's terrifying. The courtroom turns from a legal forum to a battlefield for public safety. And the judge. He's had enough.
I understand that you guys are upset. I understand that I didn't show up and advise to every court ruling because I've had bad experience with the judicial system. That's not an excuse, but at the same time, it is the truth of what I'm saying. I have documentation showing, and I've called the courts. I called the detective. I called the domestic violence. I recorded them. And,
Mr. Moore, listen. Mr.
I
Moore, I
understand.
appreciate all of that. I want to be clear, given your history at this court and what's happened recently, there is absolutely nothing that you can say that will change my bond on this case. Nothing.
How about who conspiring to commit murder on me?
So
and I haven't
what will
documented it?
happen is your attorney has requested a DSU, and I've granted that DSU request. So the Michigan Department of Corrections will meet with you, and if they find a bond modification is appropriate, they will issue a recommendation to this court. I'm not so inclined, or I don't know that I would even necessarily follow their recommendation, but I will certainly look at it and take it into consideration.
Ask her
And I
what-
marked the file medical.
Thank you,
She
sir.
don't have
All right.
but she's to a 1% of motorcycle club.
All right, thank you. We're all set. Thank you over at the jail.
Thank you, Judge.